Okay, we should be recording, right? Do you see that it's recording? Yes. Okay. So, yeah, we had a little bit of trouble getting on this morning. So when you see this recording, we're going to be using, so while I'm putting on my shoes, and I'm going to show people how to put on their shoes, basically, and you're saying, what is she talking about? Let me tell you, there are so many entries in the back with people putting their shoes on, if you can believe it. Pick yourself up an umbrella or a pole. We're going to be using that. And of course, I'm on location, so this is what I dug out of the garage, you know, right here. These are kettlebells. So I have one heavy and one lighter. I'll have a 5-pound and a 15-pound. Now, let's go through this tutorial. This is a warm-up, okay? And if you guys have already got your shoes on, then you start walking back and forth around your room. Do you see what I just did? You see what I just did? I crossed my leg and I hip hinged forward. I didn't go down here and round my back and put my sock on, okay? That's number one. So I'm going to do it on this one. See, I'm going to put my leg here. I'm going to hip hinge forward. So what I'm doing right now, extremely important. I'm hip hinging forward. I'm just putting my little sock on. See that? And while you have that foot up there, go ahead now and get your shoe. Okay? So my shoe is ready to put on. And again, I'm hip hinging. I'm not bending at my waist. My rib cage is up and I'm leaning in. Okay? So once you put your foot down, then you're going to lean in a little bit deeper. But look at the back. I'm hip hinging in. Okay? Jessica, my daughter, told me not to yell at the screen. Ha ha ha. Because if I don't see everybody clearly, then I think you don't hear me. So, see what I did? See that? Hip hinge. Put the foot down. Okay? And when I go into this position with my foot on the floor, ready to tie my shoe, my back is extended. I'm actually starting to stretch and wake up all the lower back into the gluteals, the groin, the hamstring. I'm pressing down into my heels right now. Okay? Tying my little shoes, getting ready. Get my little bar or my little broom stick. There's a joke there somewhere, but I won't go there right now. Here we go. Take a breath. See this? I'm reaching out. But what happens right now? What happens right now? Everybody should be yelling. Shoulders down. Hip hinge forward. Now push into the heels. And you're up. Okay? Right there. Now I'm just going to check to make sure that you're seeing my feet. Yeah, I think you can. And I think the light is not in there. Okay. Okie dokie. So here we go. So I have my weights. They're going to be right next to my little chair here so I don't trip on them. And here I go with my little bar. First of all, I got a light up here. So anything around you, make sure you're not going to hit it or hit somebody. Step wide. You're going to push down like that. See, I don't even have my shoulders up here yet. Nope. I'm going to go a little wider than hip. And then I'm going to push down. Now, as I push down, what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a hip hinge. See that? I'm pushing into this heel. This one. Then I'm going to come right here. I'm not going to go up. No. Then I'm going to push down. Now I'm going to push into this heel. So you see what I'm doing? I'm doing bilateral work. Okay, both sides. But one at a time. See? Just like that. Just like that. So again, if you have a fan up here or if you have a light, you want to be mindful of where that stick is going. But I just One of the brooms had worn out, so I took the head off of it, put some tape here, you know, masking tape, duct tape fix everything, right? See here? If you're taking your hands up, don't do that right now. See, I'm staying very low, staying very low, staying very low, down and up. I'm doing just a very moderate hip hinge, okay? Not a huge squat, but I'm pressing into one leg, then into the other leg, then into one leg, then into the other leg. Then I'm going to come here, and I'm going to step forward and back. Now I'm going to rock and pull, rock and pull. Now every time you rock back on that back leg, you need to really think. If you don't see a mirror, you need to think, what position is my back foot in? What's the position? Your chin comes tucked. See? My shoulders are down. That's very important here. But my toes are pretty much straight forward. And I'm rocking. When I rock to the back leg, I want to make sure that that knee is soft. Okay? And then I'm going to come this way. And then I'm going to come this way. And then I'm going to come this way. So I'm taking it just like a fan. So I'm going to go forward. Then I'm going to go to the side. Then I'm going to go forward. Then I'm going to go to the side. Okay, stay with me. Don't change yet. Take a big deep breath. Tighten in. Keep your shoulders down. And say rib cage up. And see, I'm just rotating through the shoulder, through the elbow, keeping my elbows low, going in all the different directions. Now come back, and you should have started saying, ooh, I feel that in my hip. Yeah, because it's starting to load. This is one of our loading days, right? Now I'm going to change, bring the other one forward, okay? So I'm going to just start that gentle rock. See this? Just a gentle rock. So go through all your postural checks. So first of all, let's start down with the feet. Get those feet going straight on. Don't start doing your directions yet. Now drop your shoulders, say rib cage up, and keep your chin tucked. Yeah, I know. Keep that foot behind you. See that? Okay, once you got everything going, here we go. I'm going to go this way, then I'm going to go forward, then I'm going to go this way. Okay? Forward and this way. Keep that foot back there and keep it straight, but soft. The knee is soft. It's a straight leg pull and a push. See, I'm pushing off that toe. So when you go back into your foot, you should be pushing off that toe. Let me put a caution here. So anybody that has Achilles issues, plantar fasciitis issues, knee issues, be very gentle here because you can put a little too much load when you're going back. And how you do it is you tend to rock back too hard. But if you keep on that toe, you keep that knee soft, you'll take pressure off of that Achilles, okay? And then you come back. Now bring it up. So this should have started heating up. Woo, you should have been feeling it. Yes. Bring those knees forward and cross, forward and cross, forward and cross, forward and cross. Don't bend forward, okay? Don't bend forward. So we're just finishing up an abbreviated warm-up. We're going to get into the class, but we're going to be using a pole today. Hi, everybody. I had a little trouble getting on this morning. Yes, I know. I'm in the Wild West. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. And walk, 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 walk. Here's your pole, okay? Careful where you're putting it so you don't crack up a fan. I have an overhead fan going. or a light, or a table, or somebody. You don't want to hit them. All right? So now I'm going to just take my pole right out here. Now I'm going to start to progressively load. I'm going to start body loading, and then I'm going to work with my my little kettlebells or my weights. If you have weights, that's perfectly fine. You want to bring your pole right out at your shoulders. See that? Okay. This height is not going to be doable for many of us, nor should we try. But if I put my hand out here so that when I bring my hip up, I'm at a 90 degree, see that? That is doable. And that is something you should strive to achieve. A 90 degree hip hinge right here, a bend, and a touching of the bar without moving the bar up and down. So once you've established that, see that? See that? Yeah. Now we're safe to do some loading, okay? And again, if you want to do this whole lift today with a weight vest on, a backpack on, that would be great. But if you don't have one of those things, that's fine. Try to pick yourself up any kind of a little bar. It could be an umbrella, a long umbrella, okay? So tight tummy. Bring that leg up and hold it just for a second. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Put the foot down when you want to put it down, not when you're falling off of balance. Now, that will take some practice, and you're going to fall off balance. That's part of this whole thing that I present. I work every single time we're on, whether it's loading day or whether it's mobility day, at integrating balance moves, core moves into functional ranges of motion through your day. This is very important, this one, to be able to hold your balance, bring that leg up, don't over lean, keep your knees soft. Say 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. That one I was falling off of it. That's okay. Let's go again. Let's go on the other side. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. See how it's going to come right out here because I want it to be right at the 90 degree from a hip lift. And then I want to try to maintain. Now, the big plus to having a bar is many of you have issues with knees, hips, backs, and you can do this. See, this is a great modification. And it's a great modification for people who have issues with their feet and you can't load them too much. It's also a very good beginning to put a little positive pressure on your shoulder because I'm pushing down. And see, I'm bringing this up here just like this. My knee is soft and I'm hanging on here. Now pull in your tummy, okay? We're going to do one more on each time just at that level before we go up any higher. See how I'm opposite, okay? Breath, drop your shoulders, hip hinge a tiny bit, a little bit of a soft knee, pressing down with my shoulder down. Only then do I bring this leg up, okay? So tight tummy. So a lot of times I keep giving you cues just for good postural lining up, okay? Because that really is a challenge for lots of us, okay? It's a daily type of a thing. So I'm going to go shift. One more on each one. Here I go. Hip hinge, soft knee. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Breath, 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 breath. Oh, catch yourself. Come back on. Keep that down there. And if you can do all this without the help of the bar, fine. It's right here. This is your measurement. See that? So one of two ways. Either use it as stability or use it as a target. That's where I want my knee to go. See that? So now we've started to systematically put a body load all the way up our spine, into our hips, into our knees, into our feet, okay? So now I'm gonna step out. I still got my bar, see that? And here, I'm on my toe in the back, see that? My heel isn't down yet. I'm gonna gently push my heel down, see that? Then I'm gonna rotate the back foot, and I'm gonna bring my heel up. So I go from a heel down to a heel up, and how do I get it How do I get it there? I do a foot rock. I go from the heel to the toe, and now I'm gonna sink as far down as I feel I can hold it, okay? Right there. I'm gonna take my little bar. I'm just gonna go under right here. There's my first hinge with my shoulders. See this? See this? Watch where you're going with your polo. Make sure you don't hit any fan blades. Okay, knee goes down. That reminds me, I was at a nail place the other day with my mom, and there was seriously signs on the table that said, "Do not place your fingers in the fan." Woo! I hope that got a laugh out of some of you. I'm like, who is this for? Kids can't read. So what adult is this for? Here we go. Keep that knee down. Keep that knee down. Some of you are leaning out. Don't lean out. Pull yourself back. See, the knee is in line with the ankle in the front. As I do this task, and I'm getting super loaded all through here, especially this back leg. See, it's coming right off of that toe. Down. You're just sinking. And you're hanging on there as long as you can. Take a breath. Okay, here we go. One more. Okay, come up. And walk, 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 walk. Big breath. Yes. Turn that toe out. See that? Totally release. See that? Whoa. All right. Now we're going to switch. We're going to put that leg in front. And we're going to have the other leg in the back. See that? And I'm going to be on my toe. So I'm going to get my position. Okay. Big breath. So pretty wide, as wide of a step as you can make. Then first I'm going to put my heel down. So those of you who have tight Achilles, tight foot, tight calf, that's the first attention-getting move on your calf, really. So you put that heel down, okay, with a straight leg. Now bend the knee gently. And you're going to come up a little bit on the heel, and you're going to drop. Okay, now we're going to go to that thumb down, little finger up position. See that? Now, just pretend I'm with you and I'm pushing you right here. Okay? And I'm going to go under that leg and then come up here. Tight tummy, pull back. I can say that probably for almost all of you out there. Pull yourself back. Here we go. Take a breath. Okay, holding in a steady state. This is building quite a bit of tension, which is what we're kind of wanting to do. So we're creating what's called load, all right? And you should feel it in your leg, especially the back leg, okay? Take a big breath. Remember, you're taking the knee down as far as you can take it, okay? Don't be fast on this particular move. Don't be hitting it and coming off of it. All right, take a break if you need to, of course. Big breath. Tight tummy, shoulders down. Yeah, keep that chin tucked. Reach. Just a couple more. Breath. And breath. One more. Breath. And breath. Now try to get that knee down. Try to get that knee down. Keep yourself back. A lot of tension right down here, yeah? And then come up. Woo-hoo. And walk, 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 walk. So I walk back. I'm going to walk front. Okay? Walk back. I'm going to turn that foot out. The one that just took all that pressure. Okay? Out that way. So now I'm going to come with my little pole again. Put it on top of my head. Just like that. So now I've helped my little foot, my muscle, all in that leg to release. So I'm going to come right here. And you see how I have my pole right across the top of my head? See that? And I'm just kind of hanging my fingertips on the pole. I'm not pulling down. I'm just holding it right here on top of my head. The crown of the head, not behind. See, I'm not got it behind. It's straight on top. That's kind of an important thing here, okay? So tight tummy, yes. Everybody's saying yes, yeah. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. Yeah, drop your shoulders. Really get those shoulder blades going right into your back, okay? Hang on now, keep your chin right there, and just kind of see how I'm just tapping the ends with my fingers. Now I'm gonna shift, and I'm gonna tap right over here, right there. Keep your supporting leg soft. Keep your chin tucked, shoulder blades down, meaning drop your shoulders. See, I'm tapping, tapping, tapping right here. So I'm basically doing a cross body, cross midline, toe tap here, and I'm holding. I'm doing a single leg hold, but the leg is in a very different position. See, it's just the tap, tap, tap. Keep your knee soft. That's supporting you. Hang on, just 5, 4, hang on, 3, 2, 1, and come back, okay? Take a breath, rock, rock, rock. See the rock? See here? Yeah, drop your shoulders again. Some of you are letting your shoulders come up toward your ears. Not right now. Drop your shoulders, keep your tummy tight. Are you ready? Okay, shift, soft knee, little tiny bit of a hip hinge. Get right on, and here's what you want to be careful of. And I know this because I have to tell myself, don't lean, Jeannie. Don't lean. Because this is my hip replace side. This is my knee replace side. And I tend to want to go like this. Don't do it. That's a mistake. So tight tummy, drop your shoulders, and go tap, tap. Keep tapping. Keep the knee soft. And you're keeping the tapping going to keep yourself in this position, number one. Okay, don't scrunch up your toes. Keep your shoulders down, shoulders down, shoulders down. Keep your knee soft. Yeah, breath, breath. Little tappings, little tappings, little tappings. Hang on, we're almost there, we're almost there. Hold on. Breath, 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 breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step out of it. Okay, now you still got this here, right? Yeah, I know. Keep your shoulders down. Those of you with shoulder issues, I'm telling you, this is one of the first moves to be able to get endurance in those weakened shoulder girdle muscles. If you've had an injury in your shoulder, the whole area needs therapy, needs fitness type, physical type therapy. Okay, hang on just for 5 more seconds. Okay, 5, keep your arms right here. Keep your tummy tight. See, I'm just shifting. I'm resting, but I'm keeping my hands here. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Let me tell you something. You don't need huge weights to get benefit from weight training, body weight training, and that's what we're kind of doing today, using our body for a lot of it. We're going to use some weights. These are the ones I rounded up out here, but I got a pole here today. So we did a bunch of postural lining up, and we did a lot of forward moving right here, okay? But now we're going to do something just a tiny bit scary for some of you, because if I turn around and here's my chair, and I think about putting my foot where the chair is, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to think that you have to put your foot up here. It is too easy to get stuck. So I'm telling you, don't do that. You'll find yourself on the floor, okay? I'm going to put my pole right here. And do you see how I'm leaning? My pole is down. I'm leaning from my hip. And when I put my foot up, I'm going to touch the bottom of my foot or my heel to the chair. See that? I'm not going to hook my heel on the chair even. Because if you get stuck, even if the shoe, the surface of the shoe gets kind of stuck on your chair, that could be a very big nail biter for you. So I'm telling you, I understand a lot of this feeling. If you have joints that are compromised, you have to move differently, okay? So work with me here. All right. So I'm in a good position. I'm going straight down from my hip right here. I am not putting my hip way down. No, no, no. My ear, my shoulder, my hip. See that? If I did this, I couldn't say ear, shoulder, hip because it would be too far. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to shift. I'm going to go right to here. And I'm just going to really put pressure here. And I'm going to bring the back of the foot. And I'm just going to tap right there. See that? And I'm going to come up, back, up, back, up, back. I'm just lifting my elbows, but this knee is bent. Okay? Tuck your chin. Stay in the move. So it's an up and back down, up. And when you're doing this little lift with no weight, it's just a bar, you keep your shoulders tucked. Keep your shoulders tucked. Tight tummy. And you're going to fight the balance. So I have much harder time on this side. I keep wanting to drift. So keep working at it until you can pretty much master not having that drift in your balance, okay? I'm not quite there yet myself. Keep the knee bent, unlock your toes, don't scrunch them. Breath, breath, then you can start the arms anytime you want to, but keep your shoulders down. Stay with me, stay with me. We've just got about 3 more on this leg. Breath, breath, one more. Da, and come back. For some of you, this is super easy. I could put weight in your hands. Some of you, this can be a challenge, and I know that. Okay, now I'm going to go to the other leg. So shift, go to the other leg, because now this leg is going to be touching. All right, and those of you who are good with your shoulders, don't pick up a big weight, but pick up maybe a little weight. I like the bar, and there are bars that are actually much heavier. Okay, so here I go. So all my weight's going to be on this leg. Bend the knee, drop your shoulders, give it a shot. See if you need to step out a little more. Okay, tight tummy, hip hinge, leaning in, and we're up. And then we're going to go tap. So we're going to go up, tap. When you come down, try your best to just tap the toe. Okay, hit the bottom of the foot to the chair, the front of the chair seat. Keep your shoulders down as you're leaning in from the hip hinge. Breath, and this the bar just comes up. You don't have to come way up here under your chin. Just come right to your tummy. Breath. Stay with me. Okay, keep the knee bent. Tap. Breath. Keep your shoulders down. And if you start rocking on your feet, get your bearings, reset yourself. You're pretty much on all four corners of your foot here. Okay, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders. Breath, breath, breath. Okay, 5 more, here we go. 5, 4, keep your knees soft. 3, 2, and 1. And come back. Walk out, walk out, walk out. Little shoulder roll. There goes the clock. You can see how much time it is. This is an extremely old clock. It's my grandfather's. I think it was his grandfather's or father. You have to wind it. It doesn't do it automatically. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. See how? We're just taking a little rest. So if you stayed with me that whole time, these moves a lot of times can be very deceiving, okay? And sometimes people will come in and they'll do a few and then they won't stay with it. When you're doing body loading, you will be staying with certain positions, okay? And so this is all the things that I know that I need to do. So I'm just helping you.
Somebody got knocked on my door.
Help me.
Was it you?
My mother's confused. Here we go. 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 Yeah? You feeling better now? Good. So here's our little bar. It can be a very good thing. We're going to do one more lining up on the posture. So we're going to take it like, there goes my brother. It's not a stranger. So watch what we're going to do. Some of you are like not quite sure how to line yourself up posturally. Take your bar, put it right back on your back, tight tummy. Keep your head back. Okay, drop your shoulders. You want to be touching the back of the head between the shoulders and right down at the coccyx or the tailbone should be touching, right there, right as the tailbone goes under, okay? Here we go. So it's right there. See that? Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. And then do the other hand, try that. See that? Now, hold that position and take that away. I want you to put this in your head. How does that feel, standing in that position? Okay, so some of you could not even get your head back yet. You're working on it, and keep working on it. And how do? You chuck your chin to get that back of the head touching the bar. See that? And then you just put your hand back there, and you're touching between the shoulders, and it's underneath. See that? That's how you line yourself up. Do it many times, all through the day. You can train better posture, you really can, but you have to be mindful to do it. When you're sitting at your computer, when you're doing anything, especially when you're holding your grandkids, all right? So that's my what for the day. Okay, I'm gonna put my little bar right there, all right? So I've done some bilateral loading, one at a time, all right? Now I'm going to do some sit backs. See that? I'm just going to do some gentle sit backs, but here's what we're going to do. This is what's going to change. I'm going to grab a weight. You can grab a heavy weight if you want to. I'm going to grab just a light weight to start with, okay? Those of you who have joints replaced, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, and I'm inviting you in to do this with me. This is some of the things I need to be doing. And with joints replaced and all my foot operated on and all that kind of stuff, you gotta work at this, okay? So see, I'm just hanging on. You can hang on to any kind of a weight. If you say you don't have a weight, go grab a bag of beans or something like that, just a little bit. And you see this? My feet are straight on, and they're pretty much shoulder width. Now, some of you are going to like say, oh, we need to do something a little more, fast or something like that. This is a cross between fitness and physical therapy. This kind of a move affects everything in your back extensors, your core, into your pelvic floor, okay? When you put a weight on here, then you have to be really thinking what you're doing. So I'm gonna go push back, and I'm gonna come stand up, and when I stand up, I'm gonna lift my heels. So I'm gonna go push back, heels, push back, heels, push back, heels. I've got this 5-pound weight. And so I'm gonna do several of them. And if I need to remind myself what I'm doing, I'll just say it again. Okay, push my butt back on all 4 corners of my feet. When I come up, I'm gonna go to my toes. Just lift my heels, just momentarily. My tummy's in. My rib cage is up. My shoulders are down. Chin is tucked. And I don't go deep. See, that's the thing. I don't go deep here. That much. All right? If you can get 10, then get 10. If you can do 5, do 5. If you can get 15 or 20, great. But here's what you don't want to do. Don't go so fast that you can't get into the proper position and move. See, heels, toes. See this? So just for the fact that I've added the toe press with lifting my heels on this move means I have to do a whole bunch of other proprioceptive thinking. That means turning on muscles that I wouldn't normally have to turn on in my brain. I have to think it through. Heels, toes, hold the position. Heels, toes, hold the position. See? It's a very different thing, especially if you try to hold it for even 2 seconds. 1,000, 1,002. For people with feet issues, especially Achilles and plantar fasciitis, this is the beginning of strength work for you. But you're going to be really shaky. Expect that. Okay? Now, we've done that. We're going to take an inner set, and then we're going to do the whole thing again with our feet out. Okay? We're going to do 3 of these. We did them on, I think, Friday, but I'm going to really push it today. So here's my weight. Okay? I'm doing an inner set. All right? Here we go. So I'm hanging on to my weight right here. This could be this is 5 pounds. Okay? So just hang on to any weight, single weight. Here comes the train. So, okay, you ready? Here I go. I'm going to bring it right to here. Go right to there. So now I'm using my feet in a totally different way. Okay? Now I'm going to bring my toes up right there. You see it? Right there. So you're rocking into your heels. Right there. Breath. So when you push your butt back and you bring this weight back, you got to have straight arms. I'll turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. Right here. Boom. When I come into the down load right there, I want to keep my back very straight. So I'm going to push that butt right back. Big breath. Big breath. Big breath. Toes up. Toes up. So you're rocking all over the place. Keep that arm straight. Do not bend. Do not bend. Just go a little. Just go a little. Breath and breath. And come back. Nice. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to hang on to my weight again right here. And I'm going to turn my toes out. So I'm thinking of all my dancers out there, because this is a position that they use a lot, sometimes to the detriment of their knees, okay? But we're going to turn out a little bit. We're not going to go deep, okay? What are we going to do? We're going to push our butt back, and we're gonna act like we're sitting on a high bench. Okay? Then we come up here and we squeeze our butt. Tight, right there. Okay, drop your shoulders. I'm just leaving this right here. Since my toes are turned out, it's very easy to load this way. But when I go down and I push into the heels and I push into the butt, as I push my butt back, keep my chin tucked. Okay, I have to hang on to this and I'm pulling against this with my back extensors. So my feet are out. I'm going to go high. See, it's a high, just think of it as a high chair, a high bench. And you're just tapping, and then you come back in, okay? So we're going to tap. We're going to keep our feet on the floor this time because I don't want to put your knee or your hip in a weird position by pressing into the toes in this position, okay? I know they do it in lots of different dancing classes, but this ain't a dance class. Okay, here we go. Push back, and then come right here. Pull your butt in. Okay, push back. Your toes are out, and you're doing a high tap just on the back part of your legs, which would be your hamstring, and you're managing this whole move. See, with your back extensors. And if you are feeling that it's really loading you here, then put your weight down, okay? Do this whole thing. It's a high sit back. See, I'm just barely touching there. Now squeeze right there. Now push back, squeeze. So if you're feeling a lot of work here, and you think that's enough, don't use a weight, okay? As a matter of fact, this would be a great one for your bar. So see, I'll grab my bar, and I'll just keep real tight. See, my feet are still turned out. Push back, kind of into my heels, and then I just push them right like that. See that? So I just push back and come back up. Again, pretend there is a high bench and you just want to tap right there. And then you come back in, okay? So here's the thing that you gotta know. Anybody out there that's done physical therapy, you go in there and you like they do some moves that you're just like, well, this is doing nothing. And then the next day, you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. So I would encourage anybody to understand physical therapy is some of the hardest work you will do because you have to really think what you're doing, okay? And again, this ain't a dance class, but it will keep you dancing, okie dokie. That is just the way it is. You have to, on purpose, train for what you want to do in your life. And if you stick sessions like I'm trying to work you through in your back pocket, they work. Here we go, push back. Okay, I'm just gonna do like 3 more here. See, I'm just showing you the high bench. Some of you can, that's why I have this here. I don't want you going real low. Right here, just tap, see that? And then come back up, squeeze. So if you're doing it here, so you can just do this kind of a thing, which is a gentle motion for those shoulders, okay? Breath and back, okay. Time for an inner set. I love inner sets. Nancy loves inner sets, the rest. Kathy's always wanted me to do inner sets. So these are all people, for those of you who ever join and you haven't been to my class, these are, I'm saying these people, I won't say their last name, because I like bugging them. Okay, here we go. So here's what we're gonna do. This is just an inner set because we have one more position to do with that high sit back. Here's my 5-pound weight, okay? This is a little 5-pound kettlebell. It could be a 5-pound hand weight. And again, you may not like 5 pounds. Maybe you like 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 6 pounds. That's okay. All right, so I'm right here, right? So I'm gonna come right here. And the first thing that I would notice if I were just with you, the minute you do this, and I see you turning, we will do that in just a minute, but not right now. I want to keep my shoulders level. So when I go right here, this side is working really hard to keep this level. So I don't want this. I don't want a downward slant. I'm trying to counter a lot of the effects in this move of, it's called tech neck, okay? It's when you're just all hunched down looking at your computer for hours a day. So chin tucked, split stance, soften my joints in my hip, my knees, keep my shoulders level, and then pull right to there. But don't turn up with the shoulder. Here we go. And now we're going to add something here. This is just a little interset, y'all. So you better enjoy this, okay? Breath, okay? Do one more, just like this. Don't drop the shoulder, okay? And I'm leaning out. Here I go. I'm going to turn right here. I'm going to go pull. I'm staying level as much as I can. And I'm pulling. And I'm pulling. It could be your weight. It could be a 5-pound sack of beans. Pull. Pull. Don't drop your shoulder. You're going to want to, but don't. Keep fighting it. Because when you fight it, that's when you're working hard on this side. Okay? Here we go. Pull. Come on. Pull. We just got 3 more. Pull. Pull. Don't change positions yet. Okay, ready? Back to the original move right there. Breath. Pull. Breath. Just like you're pulling a chain on a lawnmower. The ones that you used to have to do that. Now I think you only have to pull a button. So even mowing your lawn, you don't even get to pull the chain or the rope. 2 more, just 2 more. Breath, 1 more, and bring it back. So the forward leg, you should have felt it in your hip, because that's what's holding you back from falling on your nose, okay? All those muscles. So all day long, you're doing a series of push, pull, stabilize. That's what you're doing, okay? I'm just trying to help you do it better. Okie dokie. We got the other leg to do. Then we'll be back to the 3rd position on our little sit backs. Okay, I'll call them high sit backs. Okay, see how I stepped forward now with the other leg? So I'm going to lean in. And what am I going to check? What am I going to check? My knees are soft, right? This is level. And I'm going to go pull, yeah? So I'm leaning in from where? I'm leaning in from my hip. I'm keeping my chin tucked. My back is straight. So somebody could come draw a line right here. Ear, shoulder, hip, okay? If I'm all hunched down like this, you can't draw that line. So think about that when you're getting your position. So get the line. Here we go. Pull, right like that. Pull, don't grip the barrel. If you have a hand weight, don't squeeze hard. Just hang on to it, okay? Stay level. Bring the elbow back as far as you feel you can. You're leaning in. All this gluteal, all this leg, all the back, the core is keeping you from falling over, see? That's that push-pull. Breath, duh, breath, duh, breath. Hang on, stay nice and level, tight tummy. Keep your chin tucked. Yes, just a couple more. Hang on. Okay, now don't drop it. Turn. We're going to do a little curl. See that? Keep your elbow in. Keep the shoulders level. Here we go. Level. Pull. Da! Right there. Pull. Keep your elbow into your waist. Don't let it hang out there. Keep it in. That's a protection for your shoulders and your elbow. See, I'm pulling. This is forearm. This is gripping. This is bicep. I don't want to hurt my shoulder. Do it with no weight, do it with a little weight, or pick a 5-pound weight, whatever that challenges you without hurting, okay? Take a breath and pull back, okay? How you feeling? Feeling okay? Everybody lost sleep this weekend, I'm sure. Big breath, yes? Back and forth with your arms, back and forth with your arms. See how I'm stepping? And I'm stepping. Then I'm going to just walk back, walk back, walk back, walk back. So what I want you to notice is how are your feet hitting the ground. So I'm going to lift. Okay, I'm pushing off the toe. Remember that push-pull I told you about? That's all we do all day long. We can either do it well and keep strong in a good posture, or we can just break down and hurt our back, hurt our shoulders, you know. So as somebody that does have multiple joints replaced from injury and from having a thing called hip dysplasia, and then the breakdown of having your birthdays, you start going bone on bone. It is not fun. Take a breath. Swing, 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 swing. Breath, 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 breath. Whew. Tight tummy. You can come right out here. Go right there. How's everybody doing? Shake out, shake out, shake out. Yeah. So think about how you're doing that push-pull. Let's pick up our rod again. Okay? Big deep breath. Push and a pull. Okay? At first, you have to be able to do that if you've had an injury or you have, some real problems with rehab of shoulders, back. You got to get to where you can move in a functional range with not having pain. Okay? And that's our first goal. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to stand upright. And what am I going to do? I'm going to use my little chair. Okay, we've got one more position to do, which is the toe in position, which is what we're going to do here in just 1 second. These ones you should do, Mom. My mom is joining us. Come right over here by the wall. Go by the wall. It'll give you something to push against. I don't want it rolling out from under you. I don't want to call me a mess today. I'm sure Kathy's laughing right now. Here we go. Breath, tight tummy, yes? Okay? Just like that. And I'm going to go tap, and I'm going to go tap. Now, if I can't do that, if that's not possible, I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to have something that I can always lean onto. I'm going to grab a chair, a cabinet, a wall. See this? This move, very advantageous for people who cannot do one-legged standing yet. You shift, but you don't do it fast. You act like you're really going to lift your leg off the ground, but then you don't. See? That's a very different paradigm, correct? See, if I can't do this, if that's just not in the cards for me, I'm going to do very thoughtfully this and do tap downs to where it forces me to finally slow down and do the right move to load. Do this, tap, tap, tap. Some of those of you out there, you should be doing this one. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. And when you bring your foot up, you just tap it. Then those of you who want to do a little bit more advanced move, and those of you who can't do that, you're going to continue this. You're going to continue this, but you're not going to do it fast. You're going to do it, you're going to hold, and you're going to go 1001, 1002, and you're going to hold. See, with my heel up. See, I might not be able to do this, but if I see you just kind of doing this, then you're not getting the load that I'm wanting you to get on this. This is the first stage to getting to where you can balance on one leg. See that? Then once you can do that, those of you out there that want to do a little higher work, make sure your posture's good. Everybody else is doing modifications. Keep going on your feet. No. Lean into that leg. Yes. There you go. You're here, and then what are you going to do? When you take this out, those of you who want a little advanced move, you're going to go like this. Tap, tap, and tap. Then you're going to come down. You're going to shift. You're going to come here. Keep your knees soft. You're going to go out and in. You're going to go tap. So you're going to try to bring that leg out. So stay down on your knee. You're going to go boom, boom. Yeah, do about 3, then come down. And those of you who are doing level 1, you're going to constantly do like this where you're going, geez, can I bring my leg off the ground just for a second? And some of you are going to try that and you're going to get all worried. That's when you have to hang on to a shelf, something that won't move. Don't grab somebody, they might move. See? So we have level 1. Don't do it willy-nilly. Hold, tap, 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 shift, hold, tap, tap, tap. It forces you to start loading. Let me remind you, this is one of the tests of if somebody's working with a geriatric population. That's not a curse word, by the way. It is what it is. They will ask to see if you can stand on one leg for 15 seconds, or how long can you do it? If you cannot, you fall in the category of a frail elderly, okay? So I'm trying to do everything I can to have a lot of you get out of that category and don't get in there in the first place. So those of you who are doing this, you should have kept doing this, okay? While I was going back over, and just try to hold that balance. Don't keep falling off. And if you can't do it up there, then you do this one. See? Okay? Take a big deep breath. Then we're going to come down. We're going to use our chair. We're going to sit on our little seats. Okay? So, I know there's a joke there somewhere. This could be a little seat. I'm not talking about your little seat. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to tap my toes. Take a big deep breath. Now I'm going to bring that same leg up, and I'm going to lean back. So I'm going to scoot out to the end of my chair if possible, because all I want to see is a rotation through the hip. And I want to see tight tummy, a rib cage up, and then I'm going to lean back a little. And then I'm going to go boom, and then I'm going to go like this. I'm going to hold. I'm going to keep my toe forward. Don't let it drift out. So it's going to go up, up, up. Take a breath up. Take a breath up. Keep my toe to the midline. Breath, breath, and breath. And come back in and lean in from the hip. Then we're going to go back. And then you're going to bring the leg up a little, tighten. I'm going to hold it here, and then I'm going to go out from the knee. Out from the knee. Breath. So we're starting to load right here. So those of you out there who want to do this, for instance, with a leg weight, this will be challenging. You can put 5 pounds, 8 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever you got. Breath, breath, breath. Bring it back in. Big deep breath. Right here. Here's your push-pull. I'm going to come right back here. Then I'm going to sneak it up. See how I'm rotating? I'm going to put it right here on top of my head. I'm going to hang on the edges. So I'm going to hang right here with my fingers. Take a big breath, and then I'm going to rotate and bring it down. Okay? So we're just kind of moving through the end part here. This move right here should be practiced so that you can actually put it on your head. So you're not lifting your arms too far. And you just hang on to this and get to where you can hold on to this and then bring it back down. Give yourself a big hug right here. Drop your chin. turn your neck so that your chin's over to one arm, over to the other arm, over to one arm, over to the other arm. Then you bring it down. Then I'm going to grab whatever I can on my chair, okay? I'm going to turn, just like that, on my chair. Because you work your back extensors pretty hard. And some of you are out there and that have really been paying attention, and you know that I'm about out of time, and I did not do the third position. So turn the other side. And some of you are going, what is the third position? This is the third position. We did out, we did in, then we go all the way in. I mean neutral, and then in. Do this, then I do this, and then I just push my butt back, and I act like I'm going to sit down on a high bench. I don't sit down very far, but my toes are in. And at first you're like, well, what does that do? That doesn't do nothing. I don't feel nothing. Do it anyway. Those are the 3, and try to get to where you can do 10, then 2 sets of 10. Get to whether you can do 2 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10. See, it's a hip back, and it's a come up. Okay, now watch how I'm bending. Very important. Do not lock your legs. Push your hip back. Some of you are doing this, and you think that's what we're doing. We're not. We're pushing the butt back, keeping the rib up and come back in. Your toes are in. That's the third position. So, a little bar, a little weight, and a lot of body loading today. Let me turn off my recording.